amazing action-packed.
So, that was what happened yesterday. As you can see, it's all set up for oh, that was round one highlights, yes. And I said we are into round two now. That's what happened yesterday. So what are you expecting to happen today?
All right, we're going to go down for an interview with Timothy Thomas.
All right, guys, I'm now down here on the track at P number 3 together with Timothy Yo here. First time out for this season, actually, because the fact that you didn't enter in round number 1. But yeah, you had technical issues yesterday, but how has it been resolved, or everything is all fine down here, Timothy?
No, the issues are not resolved, so we're going to have to just try for this weekend. We lost second gear since Thursday, so we're driving without second gear today and tomorrow. Sorry, just today, yeah.
All right, I love the fact that you said that the problem has not been resolved, but you still want to go out there. And it's also, when it comes to the TP class, it's all about tyre management as well, because, you know, looking at the tyres are slick. Can you maintain and manage this properly, Tim?
It's the first time for me, so I'm hoping I can. But yes, tyre management is a very important role in this race, so I'm just going to try my best to keep it on the road and finish the race.
All right, okay, we're going to leave you to it. Hopefully we'll see you at the podium later. Good luck to you, Tim. Okay, have a good one. Back to you guys.
Thanks for that. You know, how do you drive a car without second gear?
My exact question, I was just wondering about it. Are you going to skip a gear? You can't obviously be stuck in first.
Well, I just thought the whole gearing system kind of works. Like you have to go from, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5.
Yeah, it's just natural
at least
transition.
To get some acceleration. But, as Mio pointed out, I guess you have got the car set up, and you never know. Second gear might turn up at some point. That's the difference with this level of motorsport as opposed to, somewhere else. Anything can happen, and that includes around this wonderful track that has been in use now for a couple of decades at least. Very fast around these start-finish lines. Then 1 through 5 is smooth and a little bit fast, but then it does tighten up around turns 10, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. But of course, before you get to the longest straight, again, the 9 to 7 meter straight, where you can pretty much go pedal to metal. But 32 degrees, actually, believe it or not, a little bit cooler than yesterday.
Yeah.
Which is
Slightly
amazing.
cooler.
It's something you can only say in Malaysia, I guess. But the main important fact, which I highlighted earlier, is the fact that there are only 8 cars on the grid, because that is not only from a safety point of view, it's great, but there's a lot more options for them. I said you're not really going to get caught up. It's a shorter race as well.
Yeah, it's actually an addition as compared to round 1, and that addition is Timothy Thomas from Team X Park. He did not feature in round 1, so interesting. Timothy Thomas is someone that I think we should pay keen attention to. This man, Ajif, is a man on a redemption mission. Could not finish both races over the first round, and even yesterday as well. And when I checked,
I think I would I'd rephrase that and say that he's definitely in line for a reward, based on the trials and tribulations that he's had to go through. I think he's deserving of, with the input he puts in. There is Timothy Thomas. I've actually seen him drive before, but yeah, first time in TP 2000. Big cars or powertrain.
I'm just looking at Jonathan Z's Instagram updates yesterday, and he was clearly disappointed. But what caught my attention was the fact that he said the work goes on through the night to fix the car, of course for the MTC, but keeping in mind that he's in action early today for the TP category as well.
Well, there were a couple of cars yesterday that were, I remember the Papaya team in the MT600 were wheeled off in the evening. So, as we've pointed out, have you had enough time to get everything? It was an early morning start, basically. It's the first race on the circuit, so we'll see. Well, it looks like they're about ready to get underway now. Fans out, as you can imagine.
We're just looking at the classifications after round 1. Leon Koo currently leading the TP standings with 36 points. He has a 12-point advantage over Chang Chun Shang, who finished on podium in race 1. Jonathan Z did not do well in race 1, but managed to get podium in race 2. So he trails both these gentlemen on 23 points. Mohammad Hafiz Kamarudin with that excellent 2 podium finishes. He's on 23 points, tied with Z. And Arif Hanafia, who ran into car troubles in both the rounds. in April. He's on 16 points. So Leon Koo definitely the man to beat. But can we see the competition given from Z?
Well, I mean, it depends. As I said, it's a very important race in terms of the structure of the season itself, and having a four weekend season means that you just said 12 points is what Leon Koo has now. If he can double that by the end of this weekend, then he's in a good stead for the other races. And of course, the other races are raced out on the Sepang circuit, so it's not like they don't know the challenges that are coming up. But it is about reliability. So what you want to do is constantly accrue points throughout the season. You don't want to have too big a start. I can actually think of football clubs I was going to compare. I'm not going to for fantasy, but there are some that start brightly, there are some that end brightly. What you want to do is go through the season as well as you can. And for me, that's a top 3 finish. You don't have to win it. We were talking about that yesterday as well.
Yeah, in terms of the scheduling, it's also interesting because this season, the race 1 obviously started earlier in April. Traditionally, we would start in May.
Yeah, that's true.
And then we had a 2-month gap. And after this, it's back-to-back because round 3 will commence in July. And we will have our 300-kilometer race. As we look at the classification grid, Leon Koo leading the line in pole position, Jonathan Z in 2nd place, Timothy Thomas in 3rd, Arif Hanafia in 4th.
I just suddenly realized that this is going to be much shorter. Mohammed Hafiz Kamarudin, Chang Chung Shang, Ken Rata and Chao Tek Siong, and that's it.
That's it, yeah.
That's the whole grid. You know, I said I'm not against big grids at all, but it does lead to a lot of congestion with back markers, and it's a different angle to the race, I guess. Different problems for them. But I like all-out speed, and that's what you're going to get when you've got 8 cars on a track like this.
Yeah, just
with big engines.
Yeah, exactly. And going back to the point I was making earlier about the short turnaround time. So they've got July and then August, which is your 300-kilometer race. Essentially, Jeef, this car's got to be in pristine condition for the next 3 months. And if anything happens, R&D and fixing will have to be done in Godspeed time.
Well, exactly. Yeah. And if only you could predict how, in everything, if only you could predict how long a situation is going to take to fix, or exactly what you need. But there's a lot of trial and error with these cars especially. So hoping that all 8 of them get a good run out. I noticed Ken Urata has a Toyota GR86 now. He hasn't had that before. So I'm waiting to see how that works out. I think that's the first time I've seen him in a GR86.
Ken Urata failing to complete race 2 in round 1. Of course, there are only 2 drivers in the TP2 category. And he'll be looking to try and accumulate as much points to close the gap on Chiao, who's on 36 points.
That's what I mean. Now's the time to do it.
Yeah, now's the perfect time to do it.
You can't leave it to something sensational in round 4.
Yeah, because if he loses more points, essentially Chiao's just going to defend that title without much of a fight.
Well, you see, that's the thing, because, the same things apply to him. I was going to say you can't count on something sensational happening in round 4. But because it's a 300-kilometer race, something sensational could happen. I'm not writing that off. But it's just, I think, practically, it's better to accrue points throughout the season and then go for the last point, last 2 points that pushes you over the edge. That's what champions have done in various different disciplines. So coming up, this will be a standing start, obviously. Simply because we have enough space on the track to actually do it. But some of the grids that have turned up at the Sepang International Circuit over the last couple of years, wow, in the high 60s and 70s. And each one of those cars, a very important human inside that you have to keep very safe. Good to see the Mercedes A45 out as well for Papaya. Green flags at the back. That's going to mean green lights at the front.
Less cars. I expect Jonathan Z to immediately come charging at Leon Koo, and
He didn't need to be pushing him like that. But yes, he's going to try and get on the inside. He's been cut off, solidly cut off. That is bad behavior.
that's early braking from Leon Koo. I think he misjudged.
I think that was bad behavior from the front two. They were getting a little bit too into it. There's PETRONAS GR86, by the way. That's very sleek. But yeah, I mean, as long as everyone got away safely, I think they could have been a little bit better behaved. Front two.
Leon Koo looking like he just wanted to hang on to that position early on, braking too early, and then forced Z to brake
If I
as
had
well.
if I had cut up even, slice it even finer, I don't think it was Leon's fault. I think Leon did everything right. I think Johnny Z was pushing on the inside too much.
And that starting procedure is already under investigation. Race control will be looking if there was any intent from Z to try and cut off Koo.
I think it was, but whether he actually did, that's the thing.
Interestingly enough, if we're looking at our monitor, Mohammad Hafiz has posted the fastest sector 2, and he's slowly making his way up.
Wow, that's very true. 55-12 racing. Yeah. Yeah, the Sepang circuit cut up into 4 different sectors, roughly 30 seconds each sector. And they were clocking in 36. Now 32.76, so 32.776. And I call it the shot clock. The race clock started right at the top of your screen. It was a short sprint race.
Yep, no refueling for this race.
Yeah, no pit stops needed. And as I said, it is exactly what I said, an all-out burst to the finish, really.
Well, like Mio pointed out earlier, tire management, as evident as what happened in round 1, that's key for our 8 competitors to just ensure that they are able to finish this race without any complications.
Yeah, there's a lot of physics involved there as well. I mean, they are heavier chassis and heavier cars, slightly heavier. But, with the amount of torque and power that's going through the wheels, and the fact that you can maintain a higher average speed when you've got less cars on the track, means, yeah, a sunny day like this. Yeah, I remember when I was commentating on Asian Le Mans, just 8 hours, obviously, but you'd actually see rubber at the side of the track. So this was the start again, and just look at the inside. There's PETRONAS GR86, I keep pointing that out. And then this is what I'm talking about. Johnny Z backed off there, that he didn't need to come in for the second time. Leon Koo is keeping the line, half a car length, and shuts him off. So you've seen it now. Who is the aggressor in that?
Yeah,
absolutely, for sure.
Z started it, and Koo just replied.
And then that second little, that's very dangerous up at the end of the peak of turn 1 to be skidding off. So they were both really lucky, but Leon Koo essentially marshaled that situation for me very well.
It'll be interesting to see if race control also decides if there's going to be a penalty for both Z and Koo, because it pretty much affected a little bit the rest of the field at the back.
Well, it certainly would have scared them.
No further action, okay. So that's confirmed. They got away with it.
Yeah, a bit of interesting viewing, it's very nice to see that. But we don't. For me, it's like a highlight reel shot that you get. It's like not necessarily the most effective thing to do. But as long as you got away with it, in terms of everyone's safe and everyone's fine, and you're not going to lose anything that's much speed from it. If I were the cars behind them, I would be using that as an advantage.
Leon Koo, Jonathan Z, yes, top 2, but look at Hafiz Kamarudin G from 5th. Now he's made his way to 3rd. He's just a mere 2.3 seconds behind Koo.
That is very interesting.
With that Toyota, just showing that Toyota has the immense capability of really going up against some of these big guns.
Well, we've got big marks. I mean, there's Mercedes in there as well.
Yeah.
It's good time, I have to say the A45, the Mercedes A45, the times it's raced at Sepang has been a joy to watch. And ST Wangan, I remember, raced it. and raced it really well, got a lot of wins from it. Very, you know, stable car. Look at it, look, it comes in on the inside, checks out the
Yeah,
line.
Arif Hanafia, also a man on a mission to try and right the wrongs from the first round.
It is heavy though, the car is heavy.
Well, we saw it with Fadzil Alang last year. He was hot and cold throughout the season. There were races where he just dominated from start to finish, and there were races where he just simply could not finish.
The German engineering, but it's also just a heavier car because they build cars heavier. And, you know, that's so when it goes into the corners, it's smoother, but it's a different way. So which would you rather pick as a driver? And as I said, not as a driver, but if you wanted to, would you want something light and bouncy that goes really fast, or you want something that's going to cut through? You know, it's like different boats on the ocean. But the cars that have risen to the top, Honda Civics, obviously, FT2Rs, and those ones that we see, they're the most relatable and reliable touring cars used around the world.
Yeah, and in Malaysia as well, you know, used by your
exactly.
regular day-to-day Malaysians.
Yeah, and you know, certain ones, whether it's a Vios or whether it's a Civic, the chassis and the engine, you know, they come together. The drivers will be able to tell you exactly, perfectly how they meld. But when you want a car that's going to try and get you that reliability that you need for the season and the race, then you'll end up with most probably the most informed pick, Honda or Toyota, I would thought.
Yeah, of course. I was speaking to John, what's his name? Mitchell Chia, and I asked him about the different vehicles or different manufacturers that he has used throughout his racing
Did he
career.
say Honda and Toyota?
He did mention Honda and Toyota, but he also mentioned the Swift and how he loves the Swift because of its compactness and its durability, especially in those tight turns.
Yeah, you can turn around a coin, that thing.
Yeah.
So basically, you can turn around a 10-cent coin. So, you know, what it loses here on the big long straights, which these TP cars will have, which is a lot of pull and a lot of torque, it makes up for by taking tighter corners. So if you can make it work, there it is, there's a GR86. I keep picking it up, it's such a beautiful car. Federata in something different.
Driven by your favorite
yeah, that's why I was so used to seeing him in a Civic. Now he looks, he's all dolled up, and he's got himself a nice Swift car. That car's been making more of an impact, talking of marks, over the last few years. But for the last 11 years or 15 years, the Honda Civic, you can't break that. You just cannot break that. It's such a good car.
Leon Koo with the fastest lap time, the lap time to beat 2:25.
So 22 minutes left, 8 minutes in the race, and as you can see, they're beginning to pull apart a little bit. 2:25.471 is the fastest lap. Leon Koo is certainly getting the best out of that our engineering car.
Yep, currently with a 4.5 second advantage over Z.
That's actually a lot already.
And look at that, Hafiz Kamarudin just on the back of Z. He's really closing the distance and might even find joy here. And he does. Hafiz Kamarudin, the standout performer for me in the first 9 minutes from P5 to now behind Koo.
He's getting a lot of traction and purchase from that car for sure.
Oh, something might be up with Z's car, Chief. He's just lost a bit of traction. Look, he's just being overtaken.
Who? Z? Johnny Z?
Yes, Johnny Z. Look at him. He's all the way at the back now. Arif has got in front of him.
What was the term I used? Trials and tribulation. He's going through another one. You could make a weekly Netflix series about Johnny Z.
This Volkswagen GTI has been having problems from round 1.
Yeah, I'm talking in marks. That's
and
the
look
car.
at that. Now it's a Chiangston.
Well, the Golf GTI is universally known as being a generally
and he does so seamlessly. Chiang, the latest man to...
I think he's lost the gear. I think he's trapped in that. He looks like he's trapped at speed. But that's what I mean. The Golf GTI, universally known for decades as being a very balanced, powerful car. But something goes wrong, then if that powertrain isn't working properly, then it becomes a liability because it's harder to get parts for Volkswagen's in.
And he's into pit just to try and rectify the problem as fast as possible. Man, that's another setback for Z.
Yeah, I said I don't think it's the car. I don't think it's him. I don't think it's the car. I just think he's a bit unlucky with a lot of situations.
Similar in round 1 where he just had a sudden power drop off. No smoke, tires
But
seems
you know,
okay.
it might be. You know, there's
Could be
so
a
much.
tire issue, could be a brake pad issue.
It's so quick and so easy to jump to the car and say it's the car's fault. But there might be something systemic in the way Johnny drives the car, which leads to, it's like a footballer who gets, who gets injured a lot.
Yeah,
because
here
of the
we
way he
have,
trains.
perhaps we can try and diagnose what happened here as he came through that bend in turn 9.
There was no contact, so I think he's lost a gear, or he's lost access to that gear, because that would explain the speed drop. There's no smoke, so he hasn't blown the engine. Sudden loss in power there. Look at that. So I reckon, yeah, gear train, I would have thought. But hey,
Yeah,
as I said,
could be a gear issue.
I'm a mechanic, just based on the facts ahead, that's what it looks like. And I'm sure, hopefully, they can fix that up. Tire problem, really? No, they're just changing tire for good protocol. That's what it is. While he's in there, getting new tires on there anyway. Looks like he's okay. Yeah, sometimes you go to the doctor and they go, oh, it's fine, just go home. Get some sleep, be fine.
Well, Z will be certainly hoping that that's just a minor problem as he will look to try and now find his way up the standings.
Well, it's not a minor problem because you watched it for a lap.
Yeah.
So it's not something that just came in for a corner or 2 or 3 corners and then he's okay. There is something wrong with that, and hopefully they found it.
And the next 2 laps will perhaps be his trial lap to just see
Yeah,
if
because
the
you
car
want,
is back to speed.
that's the point I was going to bring up. That they're lapping at again 2:27. You've got 18 minutes left, so it's maths and physics are the fundamental walls of all things in life. So you've got basically about 8 laps. That's it. What are you going to do in those 8 laps? You're going to push, you're going to defend, you're going to maintain. Or for someone like Leon Koo, it's with a 6.5 second gap lead. Yeah, maintain that. You don't need to push that car at all. So you're making it easier on the car because of how everything's going. For Johnny Z, he's now got, if the problem was him pushing, that's what I was trying to say. If he overblows the engine, then he's now going to double push if he's going to make up the, he's 8. No, he's more than that. He's a lap back now. Basically, he's a lap back. So
Hafiz just doing enough to keep Arif at bay. That was the battle that was unfolding in race 1. Just been so impressed with Hafiz. He told Mio in the first round that it was 3 years coming, getting into this championship. He had done a lot of research, a lot of analysis, just to find his way into this championship, and it looks like he came prime and ready.
well, it is hard for not just drivers in this championship, but drivers around. I mean, if you think about it, if you go to someone, what do you do for a living? A race driver. The next thing you're going to ask is, who do you drive for? Because it is a very limited thing. I'm not just talking about F1. It's just hard to get a drive. You need to be a driver. There's that argument, there's that debate. If you're not driving a car, are you a driver? You might think you're a driver. So you need the drive. There are limited spots for driving, so you need to prove yourself. And if you're I'm not prodigy, but a very talented 8-9, very young guy in the VIA bar, then it makes it easier because more offers turn up and you get a kind of hard thing to go on. If you don't have that, yes, you'll wait years.
But
And
Cruz,
for me, it's the person. If you're the kind of person that can wait years for an opportunity like this, then you're the right kind
yeah,
of person.
then you absolutely deserve it.
Yeah, that's what I mean. I think
It's just a
you
case of
absolutely deserve it.
waiting for the stage for you to shine, and there you have it.
You just pick, you just pick the term. You deserve it. That's it. That's what it is. There are drivers that deserve more. Whether they get it or not is not up to us. But the way they,
Yeah, that really stuck out to me. Being patient, waiting for your chance and opportunity to shine.
Yeah, so
and when you get your chance, you take
that's
it.
it. That's exactly it. When you apply yourself and you're doing everything the hardest you can do, you're not just justifying it or giving up in any way, then everything's a win. That's the wonderful thing about sport. You've won if you've done that. And that's why when you get to a final of any sport, both teams are winners.
It just reminds me of Eminem's one of his most famous track, 8 Mile. You know, you have one shot, one opportunity to make it count, and exactly this is what Hafiz is doing.
And that one shot that you're talking about is not just this race.
Not just this race.
It is
yeah.
this opportunity. I mean, basically what you do in your stint at the team goes a long way, you know, because a word of mouth still, even with the internet, social media, and everything that happens in the world, word of mouth still matters a great deal. So if this driver that we're watching right now, Mohammed Hafiz, does really well, what is his team going to do? They're going to tell other people.
Oh, Aziz back in the garage, and it's that same left tire that's plaguing him.
That's not how tight you can lose that much speed with a
And
tire.
it's just one lap, Jeef, and he has had to come back.
I told you it was more. It was a lap. I told you it was not over. And if you don't get it right the first time, you're going to do it again. You're going to do it again. There are no limits.
Look at that tire; it's absolutely shot.
Okay, so I said when it comes to balancing and the rest of it, sure, that car is taking a lot of a pounding. Why he lost so much speed off a tire issue is weird. But then, as I said, I'm not a mechanic. I don't know. But ultimately, what I do know is he's now been in the pits twice. Okay, that's 2 minutes at least, which you've added on to your race time. That was the aim. The race time was the aim. So it's not for me to debate how it happened. What it is for me to debate is what are you going to do for the next. Now he's got even less laps, so he's got 6 laps. It gets more difficult. So you've got the virtuous circle, which is what Leon Ku's on, and you've got the vicious circle, which is what Jonathan Z's on. And they're getting further apart.
Concerned faces from his team as he tries to salvage what's left of this race.
I reckon that concern is, have we nailed this problem? Or do we have to do it
exactly.
again? If we have to do it again, it'll be 8 minutes next time. Then it'll be 6 minutes next time. So, you know, it's as I said, unlucky. It's you're doing your best, but sometimes racing is cruel like that. You just can't, you know. If only every race, I said it yesterday, if only every race was 8 hours like S1K, and you could have all the time that you needed to get back out there and race around, because you have to keep racing. You never know what's going to happen ahead of you. You know, right now, so Leon Ku is 12 seconds.
Oh, Arif has finally done it. He's found joy, managed to get that overtake on the straights. But
I don't think he's going to hold it for too long. But yeah, as I said, Leon Ku is 12 seconds ahead right now.
Oh, and Arif gets it back. He finds joy on turn 3 to reclaim second spot.
Car looked a bit faster anyway.
And this is what you were talking about in that straight line, that A45.
Yeah, it's got a lot of power. But you can whiz around it. So, you know, when you do get these, and the drivers will be able to highlight this really well, when you do get different marks that are in the championship for the year, when the A45 made its impact on when it was called the Malaysia Championship Series, it blew everyone away. Absolutely blew everyone away. So you learn, you know, from the other cars. They're having a great fight, aren't they?
Yeah, amazing. And this is a great advertisement for Toyota as well. It's really...
Well, there's only 1 second between them.
Not giving that Mercedes A45 any room whatsoever.
That's the defending that I'm happy with from Mohammed Hafiz. He's done really like that, 9 and 10. He's defending very well. Just keeping your car off center, off the racing line.
Without pushing too hard.
Well, it's like you keep the left 2 wheels on the racing line and you move. And as I said, Kenny Rogers does this very well. You move left and right off that. And it just means that while the cars are moving, you haven't got enough space on the inside or outside. And Mark Darwin is also really good at this. He will basically stop his car in the middle of the road, but keep it moving. You'll get past him. You'll think you're going to get past him, but you won't. And that's perfect defending. So now that's happened, and you can see the A45 has dropped off a little bit because he's a tough guy to get past.
Hafiz just getting more impressive with every lap.
See, went wide, cut line off. He's now where he's supposed to be to defend the most dangerous part of the corner. This is for him the most dangerous part, where you pull off with the speed. But if you've done your job well enough, you're about 2 cars ahead here, and that's good enough.
Arif also having to be a little concerned about Timothy Ayo, who's just on his back.
He'll always get the lead on the straight line, I reckon, because of that A45 power.
And he needs enough buffer in order for him to just keep that second spot, because in evidence here, Hafiz again trying to reply.
Oh, look at that. Mirrored racing lines going through the toughest part of the course. A45 will win here on this stretch as well.
It's important that Hafiz stays as close as possible.
Well, now
to
I think Hafiz is going to get the advantage on the next 3 or 4 corners. Two great cars to to have a fight with. Yeah, see, he's going to start closing up now. This is where the A45 for me is going to be.
Yeah,
a little bit more
that's
heavier.
where Arif can actually try
There you
and
go.
create some buffer. But look at that, Hafiz just refusing to go away.
And that is a great example, people, of the Sepang International Circuit and the different parts of it that
he's done
work
it again.
for different cars. I told you, yeah, when you get something straight, the A45 will then power past them again. So a good 2 cars, and then the Hondas at the back looking to mop it up. But very good example of racing that we've seen there.
And in these tight corners, it's always the Toyota that manages to come away on top. Simply because
Well, actually, I'm really impressed with the Honda at the back.
Yeah.
Honda's doing really well to
doing
to
so
close
well
up.
to put pressure.
3 great cars. I said that's Timothy Yeo is. I thought he was a back marker. It's only 8 cars, so that is for position. So this is 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. And I'm expecting. Well, Hafiz, Arif has got some problems now because Timothy is now so close to him that he cannot be focusing just on the front. You gotta look at your rear view as well. He's got a very wide.
Tim's done so well to just put himself for contention there. Any slip up from these two and he's in.
Hafiz can move there off to the left. A bit late actually from Hafiz, but he did do it. Oh, he's already ahead. So I told you the A45 is. So for me, it's like owning, corners 1 to 15. Which ones do you own? Which ones do you own? And then try and work off that. If you can't get the whole lap, which is what Leon Ku's doing, try and do that. Try and win on these corners, lose on those corners.
Exactly to your point. There's a bit of distance now being developed by Arif.
Yeah.
Just finding enough speed there to get away.
Again, Timothy Yeo is a very clear and present danger at the back. So he has to keep an eye on that.
Now all this action, I'm just speculating if it will affect this Mercedes in the final 6 minutes, because he ran into car troubles in both the race 1 and race 2.
No, I was going to say, yeah, statistics. Statistics are the only thing.
Statistically, yeah, this
Statistics are the only
A45.
thing that, statistics are weird. They worry you because they are so constant. They're telling you a story bit by bit. They have to be, you cannot just think they're made up in any way. And they do affect real time. So with cars especially. So if your statistics are that you've, not finished 4 out of 5 races, yeah, that's a headache. Not just a headache, that's a serious headache. You have to look at it as to how it happened. And if you can't find the answer, then that's the worst kind of problem. Because where does it lie? Why are you losing? All teams in all sports do the same thing.
Oh, Arif will be so delighted if he's managed to get 1 over Hafiz and just complete the race.
I think
that itself, in itself, is a big win.
There's a lap and a half now left in this race, and I think Timothy Yeo's done enough in that white car to scare the 2 cars ahead of him.
Just to give you some developments on the other competitors, Ken Urata has actually done so well. He's in the lead in that TP2. You must be happy, G.
No, I said I expected that to be blasting at that GR86. I've been such a fan of the GR86, so I wish he was first, but he is, as I said, a naturally defensive driver. He's now in the lead of TP2. TP2, of course, is 2 of the cars of the 8.
At the top of your screen, you could see Z just doing his best to. I don't think he'll be able to even get past Chiang in 5th.
Beautiful car, GR86. same 55. That's what I mean. It's just cooler looking cars here. Jonathan sees 3 laps back, so his plan is done, sadly. And takes nothing away from the guy or his driving skill or anything like that, unfortunately. But is that a stat? I mean, how many times have we been in a situation where something strange has happened to Jonathan Z's car? Nobody knows what.
And concerningly, the second race is just in a few hours. So
Yeah,
whatever
yeah.
issue that this Volkswagen GTI is facing, it's got to be rectified before race 2.
215, I think, is the... Yes, it is. 215 is the... It's actually 350 is the second TP 2000 race. 215 is the MT 1600 race 2. That's coming up, so that'll be in about 2.5 hours from now.
If I was in Hafiz's shoes right now, I'd be just happy to consolidate this final podium spot and starve Timothy Yeo away for the remaining of this 3 minutes or so.
If
Because
only
it
we
looks
could,
like
if only we could speak the future, and it would happen. Yeah, that's a great plan. I think it's a fantastic plan. But yeah, if only we could speak the future. All people everywhere. We think we can. We try and project it, but even if it's 5 minutes or 10 minutes or the next day, there's always a surprise somewhere. I love it. I said you can either laugh at the surprises, or you can get shocked by them, or get scared by them. But I like to just see the details of them. And in this case, I think it is pretty cut and dried. 3 minutes left. I will go out and say Leon Ku's going to win this race. There you go. See, saying things like that is where you stick it out. And, you know, you can spend your whole life trying to get those things right. But I've made a very safe choice there. 3 minutes. He's done 10 laps. He's 13 seconds ahead. Stat. Boom. He's up at 228.
on course for his third consecutive victory.
Arif actually put the fast lap in. 227.
Yeah, Arif has got faster since overtaking Hafiz.
Oh, sorry, no, the best is still Leon Ku, 225. Look, I said this yesterday. I said Mark Darwin did a 226. That's a 225.471. There you go.
But Arif is posting the current fastest lap. Is almost similar with Leon Ku earlier on. Both posted 227s.
Oh no, I mean 225 was before from Leon.
Yeah, Leon. Yeah, that belongs to Leon.
Right now they are lapping about 227 because I said it's the last lap for sure. But very hot conditions, very dry conditions here today at Sepang, which means these kind of lap times can be accessed in my view. But 225.471, I'll tell you now, I've been doing this job for about 9 years. That is very fast, and I'm quite proud to be for it.
Ku almost 15 seconds in the lead.
By the way, if you are watching, if you are making a comparison in your head between this and F1, I think the F1 record is 134. 15 corners, 5 kilometers in 1 minute and 34 seconds. I think it was Vettel or Montoya, I can't remember, but that's ridiculous. That's a corner every 20 seconds at about, I don't know, about 150. Yeah, it's one way to spend your day, I guess. For these guys, it's a little bit calmer, and there is Leon Ku, who is. It's always good to see a guy that molds really nicely with the car.
Well, in the first two races, he had competition. It was Z pushing him for at least half a race, but this race, after the second lap, he's pretty much out there on his own.
It's also the stability and reliability of our engineering. I mean, I think Lai Singh and his team, what I've noticed as a team over the last few years is they can, you know, reliability issues, looking at it the other way, reliability issues are probably about 10 to 20% of their problems. Everything else is racecraft. So for them, they get the car out. And I said they get the car out in a number of different classes as well. Very white and very light green this year. But most successful racing team in Malaysia Championship Series history. And they've got another win right now. Or this is the last lap. That should be the last lap, right?
It will be the final lap after this.
Oh, okay, so this and Lamborghini.
Yeah, so Ku, if it stays this way, will add another 15 points to his tally, and that would put him up
There you go.
on 52 points.
Accrual of points regularly throughout the season.
That's Z just looking to complete that race. And
I think this lap he's on now is strictly for this afternoon. I think you just need to get the car
yeah.
up and ready, and it looks like they're at least are they at race pace?
I'm sure he'll be thinking about post-race already, getting this car into the garage and just getting to rectifying the problem.
He put in a 229, which is it's not the fastest, but it's certainly not the slowest. And as you can see, he's dicing away with Arif as well. So he has some kind of car.
Yeah, exactly.
Whether it's the
229
fastest
in
one
comparison
to what he was doing before. Yeah,
yeah.
absolutely.
And even the others, because team is also lapping at a 229. So
well, as
it's
you know,
competitive.
the old saying says, it's never perfection. It's always about progress. And even if that progress is literally one step in, forward, or in this case, a second or two faster, take it. Try and build
So
on
maybe
that.
second place is not a foregone conclusion, Jim, because look at Hafiz, he's all over the back of Arif.
Wow, this is down to defending now, isn't it? If you can do it.
And he was being patient early on.
Well, I think he's lost his chance now because he's already a little bit fast. But this is Hafiz's part of the track. So if he can win it on his part of the track, he should be fine. And it's been cut and dry with these two as to which half of the track we're on. So this is where he's going to make his move now. Oh, there he goes! There he goes! That's half a car. Come on! That's
and he'll do it here. He will do it here. Forced him wide.
Brilliant!
Immediately, Arif looking to reply.
Absolutely brilliant. That is going to be the first. It's so cut. It's so clear.
Oh, but he does it again, Arif, on that straight line,
really
that
good.
Mercedes.
That was really good from Arif. So Leo goes on to his last lap now. All this action is happening just behind him. They're at it again.
And this is where usually Hafiz is the master of overtake.
Okay, so
Maybe not this time.
This can happen again in about a minute and a half. So, as I said, their laps have been almost carbon copies for the last 5 or 6. So, yes, we'll give Arif his lead here, but then Hafiz does have a chance, and it'll be after...
And even Tim, look at Tim,
Yeah, it's true.
he's right within the mix.
True. There's 0.7 seconds between all three of them, which is tasty if you're thinking of overtaking. But again, overtaking is not something you just put pedal to the metal and go all of a sudden faster. It doesn't happen with touring cars. You have to really craft out the opportunity and engineer the space. This is spreading out a little bit now, but I think Hafiz, there's a bit of a shake from Timothy as well. He's done well, 55-12 racing, he's done well. Not taking that away from him at all.
For Arif, if he can secure 12 points as the runner-up, it would bump him up significantly and get him off to a great start in this second round. Far from over though.
Well, this is where it gets really interesting, right here. So Leon Koo has... That's Chun Chang from Bay Racing. Leon Koo is just styling it. I mean, he's 16 seconds ahead now off a... This is an 8-lap race, 9-lap race.
I reckon, Chief, that Hafiz would try and go for it in that final 3 turns.
Has to be
12,
now.
13, 14.
This is it right now. This is where it's all going to happen. Okay, it has to be. Hafiz has to take his chance right here. And Timothy does. Well, there he goes. Trying it.
And we get confirmation that Leon Koo is heading to the checkered flag for his 3rd consecutive win.
Nice one, Timothy. Almost. No, Arif's done well. Arif's done really well.
And this is confirmation of Koo again cruising to yet another victory.
If I was nitpicky, I'd say that's boring. If I was, because it's the Michael Schumacher.
Cool, will say, give him boring anytime.
No, it's a known thing. It's the Michael Schumacher problem. Do you remember the 7 years when Michael Schumacher won everything and everyone said, no, I'm not watching that because he's just going to go win it.
And well done to Arif for successfully defending that 2nd position over Hafiz. A great battle, though.
That was a good battle from second to fourth.
Yeah.
And for Leon, as I said, I didn't mean that. I mean, it's not, like that at all. But you're in a situation where you're looking like you're the given favorite on any weekend now. There was no problems with that.
He's the runaway leader.
18.48 seconds.
Absolutely
off 13
amazing.
of 14 laps. That means you're constantly accelerating away from your pack. Constantly for the entire race, half an hour.
And he's such a gracious competitor. When Irene or Mio interviewed him in the earlier race, he just preferred to talk about his competitors more than himself. I really like that about him.
All of the elder statesman drivers are.
Elder statesman, yeah.
Elder statesman drivers from around here are like that. They're just so proud of the fact that the Malaysian motorsports community is growing, that's what's important to them. And they don't go into the fact that what he just did was actually pretty special for this level of racing, which is half an hour, absolutely no reliability issues.
And huge incoming victory for Kanurata, who would secure his first top spot finish of the season.
My arms are up in the air because
And this is a massive psychological advantage that he's gotten over Chiao Tek Song, who dominated him in round 1. Well done, Ken.
He's happy with that. Yeah, I'm happy now. I wasn't happy 3 laps ago, but now I am. Because he's won it in the GR86, he's won it well. So we said both classes have shown, class basically. 234.195 is the best lap in that GR86. Interesting. Of course, I picked Gran Turismo, where it's super detailed simulator. And yeah, you get to, start cutting down these cars. I've got dreams of now becoming a racer after Adi Rahibi Rashid, because he used to do the same thing.
Arif getting his first podium of the season. He'll be delighted with that. Papaya Pay Racing.
Yeah, something for them already this weekend because they didn't get anything yesterday.
Yeah, precisely.
As I said at the beginning of this race, I got nothing against 75 cars. I've got nothing against 60 cars. But when you've got 8 class cars on a track for half an hour, that's beautiful. That's just a great thing to watch.
And we were entertained by that battle in that GP category, second, third, and fourth. Arif, Hafiz, and Tim really putting on a show for all to see.
Leon Koo could have put some flair in there. he could have done, a couple of skills.
Leon could just throw it away like he has done this season.
But we're not going to take away. You don't have to be flamboyant to win. This is one of the biggest lessons that's ever been taught to me in sport. You don't have to be flamboyant to win. You don't need all the skills. You need to be reliable. This man is reliable.
Yet again, number 1.
I mean, you can fake that. You can go home now and put your finger up and say number 1, but it doesn't mean anything. If you just got out of a car with all the racing suit on and you look at the camera and do number 1, that's a good moment, man. Well, of course, he's done it many times before, but as you pointed out, elder statesman, setting a good example for the younger drivers to get in the cars and keep it all moving, because that's what it's all about. 14 laps in the end was what it was. And our fastest lap was 2:25.471.
Set really early on as well.
He actually picked up some very fast sectors as well, but I mean, we had some fast drivers in there, but in the end, 18.4 seconds, 14 laps. You do the maths, okay? That's
absolutely amazing.
That's the kind of, you put that on a graph and see what it looks like, because it's always going to go up. It's never going to go down. That's what you want for business cases, for this, whatever. But that's what you want, a good performance.
And just looking at the dynamics of this weekend, where the second race is just happening in a couple of hours, the likes of Arif, Hafiz, Tim will all be plotting what needs to be done to try and dethrone Koo.
So that's at 3:30, I think. Yes, at 3:50. The second race for TP.
Kanurata emerging
in his new car.
TP2 champion.
Look, he's so used to getting out of a Civic, he doesn't know what to do. Finns.
Right, so we're going to go down for an interview with our TP runner-up, Arif Hanafia.
Of course, from P4, you made it up to P2. Congratulations, car number 8, Harif Hanafia. Congratulations to you. This is actually a very big achievement because making it all the way up there. How do you think about the race?
It was challenging, especially we have my still pro riders at the back, but it was good. It was fun. Thanks to the team, thanks to the mechanics, and last but not least, the sponsors as well, HFM Market. So yeah, I'm glad we managed to secure second position.
Second place. Now you're very close to first place, and of course, I would say I think your biggest challenge was getting it up there towards Leon Koo at the first car. Yeah. Do you think if you had a little bit of time, you would have beaten him in the race?
Honestly, I'm comfortable where I am because his car is really good. Having second position to me, especially my first win here, really means a lot to me. So I'm okay.
Okay, so what do you think you anticipate for the next race, which is coming up later on? Do you think you would be able to keep up the momentum, or do you think there's going to be more further challenges? Because I know there were a bit of action on the tracks from Jonathan Z, especially he had some car trouble and all that. Do you think you would be able to keep up the momentum for the second race later?
Podium is all I'm looking for. Santai tetapi kita tetap bantai. So podium is what I'm looking for. That's all. Yeah.
Walaupun podium mana-mana, okay, at least podium tu naik podium tu dapat lah juga.
Kalau dapat rezeki second or even first, kita sawuk lah. We will take it.
Amazing, congratulations to you. Good luck for you for the second race as well. Back to our gents.
Oh, good to see that he got his head set for the future. And the future, of course, being, as I said, the next two races. And we're going to see the MT1 600 at 2:15. And then 350 will be the TP2000 race 2. I'll close out the weekend. 3 races this weekend. Amazing.
I like what he said there. Santai tetap bantai. He's going to take it chill, but he's going to be pushing, and he's a man on a mission. Once that second podium.
I think that message is good. I mean, you have to do 2 things at once all day. And you have to be focused on what you're doing, and you have to relax about it. Because if not, you're going to be absolute nightmare to deal with. You know, balanced.
Do you think he will have Koo on his sights in the second race now that he's finally got his first podium of the season?
I think, again, he'll have that dream of doing it. But for me, it's not...
All right, we're going to go down for an interview with our TP2 champion, Kanurata.
And we have our TP2 category champion for our race 1, round 2. Kanurata, car number 55. Congratulations to you. How has it been so far on the track for you? It's a very hot day today. Do you foresee any challenges earlier?
No, actually, my car was good so far this weekend, but my physical no good. Try to improve a lot and lose the weight. Yeah.
Okay, so do you think this is going to be a challenge later? Because we have race 2 later. So what do you foresee for that?
Yeah, very tough this weekend for me. But try to do my best and with team crew. And yeah, we will win again.
Now, of course, round 1, we really saw your progress. It was really, really extreme. We saw all the action on the screen. Round 2, you gave us exactly that. Do you think you would be able to keep up this momentum until round 4, until the end of this MTCC season?
Yeah, my car a bit more faster. Need to do the testing, and my physical training also. And then we try. We can fight again. Yeah, this series.
Okay, amazing. But regardless, you are still the champion for our race 1, round 2. Congratulations once again, Kanurata, TP2 category champion. We will see you guys up on the podium. But for now, back to Nick and Jeev.
Absolutely nobody like Kanurata. I've said it before.
I think he looks in great shape.
All right, he looks in great shape as well, but he wants to lose some weight apparently. So these are the results. Leon Koo, fantastic performance. Arif Nafia, Mohammed Hafiz, and Timothy Thomas, 2nd, 3rd, and 4th. Chang Chun Chang and Jonathan Z, 5th and 6th. And of course, the big result there is Jonathan Z finishing in 6th.
And in the TP2, as we saw earlier, Kanurata emerging champion, getting his first victory of the season. He finishes ahead of Chiao. Only 2 competitors in the TP2, of course.
Both in GR86s as well.
Good luck, man.
So this is what it looked like for this first race of the day. Very sunny times. This was a little bit of bad behavior from, well, as we pointed out, Jonathan Z. Didn't get in any trouble for it, but that's shutting down the line. Leon Koo, probably the only problem that Leon Koo had to deal with the entire race was there. It was a little bit of a spit out, but he got control at a very key point in turn 1. Then after that, wow, we had everything to talk about in this race. There was Mohamed Hafiz for a start in his 100 car, and they had a big fight with Johnny Z, that's Arif and Afia just behind him, and Timothy Yo. Those 4 cars would be cut down to 3 as Jonathan Z suddenly lost power and would pretty much be a background figure for the rest of the race because of that. As you can see, he went in the pits as well to get it fixed. And that left this trio of wonderful drivers, which was Arif, Hafiz, and Timothy in the all. Wow, they put on a great show for us, to be honest, over the 14 laps. And it was really good moves by Arif at the end to secure 2nd spot. Hafiz in 3rd. They were definitely the value package when it came to attacking and defending. While this was happening, of course, Leon Koo was just cruising around in his orange new car. But this was, I think, the last lap. Shutting down the lines on turn 15. And all 3 of them had a good fight, came out safely. And this was the last chance for Hafiz. This really is the last lap. And he had half a car, just didn't work out for him in the end. But what's good to see there is, you know, attacking, offensive movement, and respecting track limits while you're doing it. Timothy just in the background. It was all about those 3. And that's a good shot of what Leon was doing the entire race. He was just cruising around. He gets his checker flag, and then Ken Rata would come in to pick up the win for our works in TP2. Well, it looks like the podium's about to start. And it will be touring production first, and then touring production 2.
We did not get to hear from Leon though.
All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is now time for the podium ceremony for the Malaysia Touring Car Championship 2026, Round 2, Race number 1. We will begin with the Touring Production TV category. Let's all welcome the winners to the podium. Beginning in 3rd place, car number 100 from 55 Drop Racing, Muhammad Hafiz. In 2nd place, car number 8, Papaya Bay Racing, Arif Paravia. And your champion, the winner for the TP category, car number 39, R Engineering, Leon Koo. And now, with great pleasure, I would like to invite Ms. Michelle Ng, General Manager, HK Motorsport, to hand the trophies to our 3rd place, 2nd place, and our TP winner.
First podium for Arif. He'll be delighted, looking to do the same later on.
Once again,
Now we'll like to invite Ms. Michelle
another
to
race
with
with
our
no
winners
full course
for a
hours.
photo.
Back to back.
I don't know. Very good run of racing.
All right, lovely. Thank you, Miss Michelle. And now just the winners on the podium. And can we get the brand ambassadors to be in the photo as well? All right, lovely. Lovely. Thank you so much. Thank you and congratulations all the winners for the TP category.
Well, that's TP done. So TP2 will be next.
Ladies and gentlemen, moving on to the T production TP2 category. In second place, car number 11, our engineering, So.
Well, we're just 2 people in the category. It's going to be a short podium.
And the winner for the TP2 category, car number 55, Argos Rios Racing, Ken Urata.
Good to see.
Ladies and gentlemen, now I'd like to invite Ms. Farah Fuad, Manager Strategic Communications, PETRONAS Sepang International Circuit, to hand the trophies to our third place, second place, and TP2 winner.
That's a recognizable face.
Yes, it is. Here all the time, of course.
Thank you. I'd like to invite Ms. Farah for a photo op with our winners. Thank you, Ms. Farah. Can we have both our winners up on the podium for a photo opportunity? Thank you, and once again, congratulations to both of our TP2 winners. Ladies and gentlemen, we will see you shortly right here for the NTC.
Right, that brings us to the end of the first race of this Sunday. Second race, of course, as I said, is turning up at 2:15, so do be here for that. From right now, from the commentary box, it's goodbye.
Data daripada pusingan pertama kan. Dan bagaimana saya sendiri melihat dengan kali kedua ni.
Okey, pusingan kali kedua nampak lebih meriah. So bagus untuk FTC, bagus untuk championship. So more cars untuk kompetitif dalam kategori ni lebih banyak, lebih meriah lah. So yes, saingan lebih hebat sebabkan kami adalah private team. start daripada mula. So kita ada saingan dengan Honda Malaysia. Honda Malaysia adalah tim yang besar, tim yang kuat. Kita pun tahu saingan dia, performance kereta dia agak memang baik dan dia dah siap sedia tahun lepas. Saingan hebat tapi kita akan cuba fight sebaik mungkin.
Tapi dari segi aspek apa yang diberi dan kuat, aspek yang penting dalam kuat untuk kali kedua ni, dan mungkin ada strategi special untuk menerajui rasa untuk
Okey, untuk round kedua ni basically kami kekalkan ketahanan enjin. So masih yang sama, kita masih lagi fokus tentang handling. So dengan handling, so saya dengan Foster masih fokus kepada untuk improvekan lagi handling ni. Sebabkan untuk engine is a risk for us as a privateer, nak modify ni, nak upgrade ni, nak tuning lagi, risiko dia tinggi dulu. Takut engine pecah, takut pada handling dulu. So dan juga untuk tim crew semua untuk biasakan diri untuk improvekan masing-masing punya performance untuk kita boleh perform for the whole championship.
Ini kita cerita pasal lagi pencapaian saya sendiri dah berkecimpung lama dalam dunia pemotoran ni. Bagaimana apa yang masih membuatkan Encik masih muncul setiap kali berada di peringkat ataupun perlombaan?
Oh, Alhamdulillah saya dah berlumba tahun ke-31 tahun ni. Saya mula 1995 dulu kan. Memang agak lama, tapi saya masih lagi ada semangat untuk berlumba. Basically, lagi boleh kita sapu je lah kan. Kita cuba lah. Memang ada perbezaan rasa, tapi saya rasa saya suka untuk bersaing. Dan paling penting, saya dapat membantu pasukan yang baru untuk dia involve dalam motorsport dengan cara yang betul. Dan driver-driver yang baru, saya dapat guide dengan betul untuk tengok pasukan dan driver yang baru perform lebih baik.
Mungkin dari segi dah 31 tahun, mungkin mesti confirm ada perbezaan dari segi yang dah lama dan sekarang. Mungkin apa perbezaan bertarung yang dalam
Ya, 30 tahun agak lama kan. Dan memang saya mula berlumba sejak Sepang buka. Race pertama Sepang buka iaitu tak silap saya 1999 kan. Perbezaan championship dari mana MTCC, sebelum ni MCS, sebelum tu MSS, sebelum tu apa lagi nama kan. So semua siri tu saya pernah merasai. Perbezaan memang berbeza in term of numbers of cars berbeza. So tak boleh nafikan sebab dulu regulation dah lain, jenis kereta berlain. So kita perlukan model-model kereta yang baru supaya factory team akan bersaing. Kalau kita menggunakan model lama, factory team tetap bersaing lah. So sekarang ada teknologi baru, teknologi kereta, sistem kereta, elektronik kereta semua berlainan. Jadi saya berrezeki dapat di dalam semua era tu, dapat merasa semua benda. Dalam involve engineering saya suka untuk tahu semua tu dan saya suka dan saya harap untuk lebih meriah. Dan peringkat awal tu ni ada nampak kita hiccup sedikit dalam NCCC, tapi sekarang nampak dah picking up. InsyaAllah boleh grow lagi.
Dari segi mutu persaingan sekarang ni dan kebanyakan yang ramai pelumba-pelumba muda.
Okay.
Bagaimana pandangan Encik Faizal lah untuk pandangan apa pelumba muda?
Okey, pelumba muda memang makin hebat pendedaan awal. Macam teammate saya 17 tahun. Jadi masih sekolah, so, sesi latihan tak boleh, dia kena pergi sekolah. Dia sekolah menengah je kan. Habis sekolah baru dia buat sesi kurikulum dia lah. 17 tahun dah boleh berlumba. Saya berlumba umur 23 tahun. Dia 17 tahun dah belum. Maksudnya pendedahan mereka lebih awal. So zaman sekarang berbeza dengan dulu. Bagus untuk tengok pelumba lebih muda dah bermula. Jadi dia ada jangka masa yang lebih panjang untuk perform. Dan pendedahan yang lebih baik.
Mungkin lah soalan harapan Encik Faizal sendiri untuk pasukan Encik Faizal sendiri sepanjang perlombaan pertandingan NCC 2026.
Okey, pasukan kita memang daripada hari pertama Papaya Racing Team memang fokus kita akan dapat championship top 3. Right, so kita nak cuba sebaik mungkin untuk P1. So semua orang nak P1 kan, tapi kita akan cuba sebaik mungkin. Kita sedar diri kita tapi kita akan bersaing. Saya always semangat bersaing, kita cuba sebaik mungkin. Selagi kita ada checker flag, kita akan fight sampai dulu.
Ya, itu sedutan dari VT Temu Ramah TVS bersama dengan Faizal Alang, iaitu salah seorang pelumba yang sangat orang kata otai dalam dunia permotoran ini, yang iaitu kita tahu jelas sekali pengalaman lebih 3 dekad dimiliki Faizal Alang ini bukan sahaja menjadi kelebihan di litar, malah turut dimanfaatkan untuk para pelumba untuk melahirkan serta membantu melahirkan lebih ramai bakat-bakat muda tempatan. Dan untuk kembali pada aksi pagi tadi secara keseluruhan, keputusan rasmi Race 1 kategori TP 2000 menyaksikan Leon Ku Beng Kun dari R Engineering muncul juara bagi kelas TP1 dan tempat kedua menjadi milik Arif Hanafiah dari Papaya P Racing, manakala Muhammad Hafiz dari 5512 Racing melengkapkan kedudukan podium di tempat ketiga. Dan bagi kelas TP2 pula menyaksikan Ken Urata dari R Works Rios Racing muncul juara diikuti Chow Tek Song dari R Engineering di tempat kedua. Dan kita mengucapkan tahniah kepada semua pemenang yang berjaya mempamerkan aksi cemerlang pada sesi pagi tadi. Dan bagaimanapun saingan masih belum berakhir kerana selepas ini para peminat dan anda juga akan disajikan dengan aktiviti pit walk yang akan berlangsung di Sepang ini sebelum aksi kembali bersambung pada sebelah petang menerusi Race 2 Asia Classic Car Challenge dan diikuti Race 2 MT1600 dan kemuncaknya Race 2 kategori TP 2000. Dan jadi teruskan bersama kami di TVS untuk mengikuti segala perkembangan dan aksi menarik dari litar antarabangsa PETRONAS Sepang, dan saingan kembali bersambung pada sebelah petang juga menerusi Race 2 Asia Classic Car Challenge diikuti Race 2 MT1600 dan kemuncaknya Race 2 TP 2000. Seterusnya berakhir dengan Race 2 TP 2000. Jangan ke mana-mana, teruskan bersama kami di TVS. Terima kasih.